Board. You're good? Yes. Okay, cool. So today is Tuesday, February 2nd. So before we dive into book club, just a couple of announcements. So if you guys are in the 14 Days to Thrive training program, I know Crystal made a post about catching up just because there was a dip in participation. So guys, just make sure you catch up with them. It's not even about, it really is about showing up for your own business. It's going to help your business. So we all fall behind, totally okay. Just definitely make sure you catch up. And then I am meeting with Tiff and a couple of the other leaders this Friday, and we will outline all the rest of the trainings coming up so that you guys have next steps. But do remember that in order to go into a diamond training program, you have to complete 14 Days to Thrive. So if you haven't done 14 Days to Thrive, jump in on the next round so that way you can go into the next diamond training. Coach Sneak Peek for Team ReDefine. Coach Sneak Peek is going to be continuing every Wednesday, 9 p.m. live Facebook event. And we'll keep it that way for the next couple of weeks. Possibly in March, we'll do the opportunity call. But for right now, let's not fix what's not broken. I don't know how that saying goes. You guys know what I mean. So Wednesdays at 9 p.m. And then just two shout outs. For Team ReDefine, shout out Sonia for hitting Success Club 6 in her first month as a coach. Woo woo! And shout out to Meredith, who's a Team Effect. Meredith hit Success Club 3 consecutive months in a row, which means she's a Success Club starter and won her ticket to Nashville. And let me just say, this girl she worked it to the very absolute minute. We were on a power hour together the other night. We're like, we got to find a way to make this happen. So when I saw the announcement on their team page, I was so pumped for her because she just really has been pushing along in her business. So congrats, Sonia. We'll talk about coach starter stuff on the new coach call this week. Okay, cool. So I think those are all my announcements. We're going to dive into book club, which Bara is going to lead. There is someone dialed in, Bara. I don't know who it is. It just says a phone number on it. So I don't know if you can see the whole screen when you're going through roll call. So I'm going to mute myself out and I will let you take the lead.
Hi, everyone. Nice to see everybody. Thanks for jumping on. So I think before we start, I'll make the big announcement that I promised. So going forward, we're going to change up book club a little bit. And everybody's going to get to pick their own personal development book. And then for our book club team call, we'll have a round table and everybody will share what they got out of their own book. So I'm excited about it. I think it was Kiara's idea, and I think it would really change it up. It's always good to change things up and make things new and, fun and exciting and all that good stuff. So with that being said, who read the book? Show of hands. Woohoo! Okay. So I'm picking on Farah to go first and share your thoughts. Go, Farah.
Muted. Oh, I'm unmuted. So I'm starving and I want to eat my dinner too. I love this book. First of all, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So I love this book because for me, a lot of the personal development books, while they're amazing and I learned so much, I sometimes find like I'm doing homework and I'm like constantly taking notes and like, I don't know, I feel like I need to reread it 10 times or I'm going to miss something. But with this one, I felt like I was just reading a book. Like it was really enjoyable. It was kind of just really fun. I got a lot out of it without feeling, I guess, like I needed to write an essay after. Am I supposed to say more? This is my first book club.
What was the most important thing that you took away from the book?
Oh, okay.
And how do you think it's going to help you in your day-to-day life and in your business?
So there were a couple of really big takeaways that I had. So the first big one, I think, was that you don't have to be this professional. I think a lot of us, maybe everybody except for Kira, we're not fitness professionals. We have a varying degree of professions that we do, but sometimes that kind of holds us back, especially when you're first becoming a coach. You're like, well, I'm not a fitness professional. Like, why would people listen to me? And I think that was something big. This girl, she never went to college. She like got her GED, but she has this billions, I don't know, a lot of money, big business that she made because she just kind of followed her passion and did what she loved and took all these little pieces of what made her her and put it into this business. So I think that was a big takeaway for me, because it kind of made me realize, there are so many things that make me able to help others. I don't have to be a fitness professional. So that was one. Another big takeaway that I had from the book was that, it was her business, and she put so much of herself into every single thing, like something that seemed so little, like editing a photo that she was going to put on eBay to, when she was just selling it out of her house. It was the most important thing because it was her business and it represented her. And I think that was a big takeaway for me. Like, every little part of what I do represents me, and I can use whatever my talents are, though there aren't that many that come to, posting on Facebook and electronics. Whatever my little things are, I can put that into it, and that's what's going to make people see me in my business, and that's what's going to attract them to kind of want to be a part of that, no matter how big you get. I mean, even now, like I said, she's the CEO of this big business, and still all the little things, she checks every picture that goes out on her website, every little wording for everything she sells, she looks that over because it represents her. And I think in this business, while I'm not there yet, it's something to really keep in the back of my mind. No matter how much I grow in this business, it represents me, and every little thing is important. And I need to keep myself and who I am in every little piece of my business. So I think for me, those were two of the biggest takeaways from the book. And the book was just awesome. She was like really, I don't know, she's like grungy and real and honest, and I like that.
Awesome. Thanks.
Can I eat my dinner now?
Yes.
I passed. All right.
Does anybody want to add to what Farah said before I start calling on people? No.
Alicia, you better have read the book because I bought it for you.
Go, yeah. Alicia.
So it's sitting right here. And I read like maybe 2 chapters of it.
Okay.
I like I don't know if it's the foreword or whatever, how she was saying how she's not the CEO anymore because she knows her place, and that's not for her. She likes to be more hands-on and being the CEO. She was just in meetings and talking to people and doing stuff she didn't like to do. I like that because I'm not that person either. Again, I didn't read a whole lot of it. I will.
Did anything from what you read, can you relate that to your business?
Just trying to, as it grows, try to remember like the key things that made it in the beginning. Like, try to make sure to continue to meet with, my beginning coaches, and, kind of how Farah's doing. Like, she does a lot. She has a lot of coaches, a lot of people, but she still tries to, her first couple of coaches, she still tries to, how are you doing? How's your business? How's this? Like, still try to have that relationship, even though she's continuing to grow her business, still try to make sure that I'm growing also. Then she's just not leaving me in the dust.
Awesome.
Makes sense?
Thanks. Marissa?
I was muted. Okay. I haven't read that book. I have it, but I was in the middle of Start With Why. I know you guys read that a while ago, right? So I can tell you about that one. Is that okay?
You can add whatever you can. Go for it. It's okay.
All right. So shut my door. So this is different than some of the other books that I've listened to lately, and I liked it because I've never really stopped to really think about like the message behind the posts or really the thought process behind behind everything, I guess. So a big thing that stuck out to me is that he talked a lot about how there's why people and then there's how people. And sometimes you're not, well, most of the time you're not going to be both. So you're either a why person or a how person. So if you are a dreamer or something like that and you see a vision, like you kind of need that person right next to you that's going to be able to like ground you and help you figure out a way to get there. And that opened my eyes because I'm definitely the dreamer person and I'm just floating everywhere. So it's nice to just have a clearer understanding about how to get to a certain goal that you want to get and what things can be done differently. So that's my input.
Cool. Thanks. Michal, you want to add anything? It doesn't have to be about this book because not a lot of us read this book.
My Bluetooth keeps going in and out, so I keep losing sound. But I read part of the book, not the whole book, but a couple of things. She talks about basically seeing the opportunity at every corner, and anything that comes your way in this business, anything that comes your way in life, see the good thing in the opportunity and take advantage of that and jump into it and just see the bigger picture in everything. So that was one takeaway. The other one I had was to be patient and put in the work and give it your all, and you will succeed. Something's going to come out of it. So those are my takeaways. Again, I didn't read the whole book, but.
What did you think of this book compared to other personal development books that you've read?
It's very different. I'm very into Start With Why, Simon Sinek. I love reading his books. So him compared to this is like a totally different type of thing. But this I guess it was sort of an easier read. But it has such a different message, I feel like. I mean, you could take whatever you want from any type of personal development book, but it was totally different. That's if that answers your question. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Meredith. Let's see.
So I didn't even know what the book was because I just got the I looked, I was like, oh, it's hashtag GirlBoss. Maybe that was the book.
Thanks, Leisha.
I finished The Slightest Edge and I'm in the middle. I'm almost done with Failing Forward. I think I connect a little bit more with The Slightest Edge because I tend to have that mentality of, oh, if I don't work out today, it won't make a difference, but it does make a difference. If I don't do my power hour, it does make a difference, and just that, compound effect that he talks about, just adding up. And I guess that kind of ties into, I think another one said that, giving it your all and just making those simple choices every day to give your all. And eventually you'll see, you'll start seeing results. So.
Awesome. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Can I just say something real quick, Bara?
Go for it.
So The Slight Edge, for anybody on this call who hasn't read it, is probably my favorite personal development book that I've read, to the point where when I just went away, I read it for the second time. So if you guys didn't read it, that one is amazing. And I agree. I'm the same person. I'm like, whatever. I'm like, I can eat this burger with bread and French fries. I'm like, it's just one meal. That's not going to destroy me. And then 3 months later. So I agree with The Slight Edge. And also with Michal that GirlBoss is totally different than The Slight Edge and GoPro and Start With Why and all the other ones. But it's a fun read. And it's quick. Sorry. Tara out.
That's okay. I actually tend to agree with you too. For me, the slight edge actually gave me things to focus on. It just made more sense to me than the past couple books that we've been reading, which is more like, well, you have to just believe in it and it'll come true. And, you know, even with GirlBoss, it was more, you know, it was more of a, you could do it, you know, it was just, you know, more about positivity. The slight edge, for some reason, and I'm sure people are going to disagree with me, it just made more sense. Like the consistency part of it and everything, it was just more, I guess it was also like the more of a type of book that I like to read, so I enjoyed it more. But just purely my opinion. Bim, do you want to go next?
Done. Unmuted, sorry. Hi. So I've been reading, well, I have 3 books that I have on hold that I'm just getting started on. They're not necessarily pertaining to this in terms of the business or anything, but one of them is called The Spiritual Child. So it has to do with parenting, teaching, spirituality, and kind of what really motivates you and really makes you who you are as a person. Recommended by a parent, actually, who is the wife of an author named David Bach. And his 2 other books are 2 other books on my list. He's called The Automatic Millionaire. I don't know if anybody's heard of him, but what was it called? Smart Women Finish Rich or something like that. And then the other one is Smart Couples Finish Rich. I just found out about this. He's a parent in my class. So I'm just looking forward to reading some of these things in terms of how to incorporate some things into life and reality. But I just started this other book, The Spiritual Child, and it just makes me reflect on me as a parent and taking a step back and thinking before reacting. Sorry, my husband's humming on the side of me saying, well, how do you do that? So it really just makes you think about what type of a person you are, what type of a person you want to become, and your actions and reactions just make a difference. So it's just making me really self-reflect, and I'm just looking forward to hearing what else happens in the rest of the book.
Cool. Maybe you could let us know on the next book club call.
Yes, I will.
And maybe you could also share the names of the books in our team feed.
I will. I just got them over the weekend, so I will take a picture of them and I will post them.
Cool. Thanks.
Sure.
All right, Kira, you want to go next?
You can pick on someone else. I'm always talking, but I'll go for 30 seconds.
Go for it.
So I didn't get a chance to read it because, well, all of you guys know I'm in a social media training course and my coursework is pretty heavy, and this is what we've been forced to read. So Jab, Jab, Right Hook. So I think some of you guys have read it. And I think many of you guys, actually everyone on the call, knows that social media is one of my weakest areas. So clearly, since reading this and having my success partners and Mahal remind me that I need to post, my postings have definitely changed. A little bit more confident with my posts, a little bit more thoughts behind my posts. Mahal thinks I'm crazy, but I actually have a journal of all my posts for the next few days, all written out, and pictures already set to follow the flow of Jab, Jab, Right Hook. So if you guys are struggling with social media, that is my encouragement, is to read that book.
Cool. Thanks.
Yes.
And I like that. I really like how you planned out your posts like that and have the pictures all set. I find that it's just easier to do it like that than to come up with something on a whim when you know you're supposed to be posting at 1:00 because that's your set schedule for yourself. and then you're twiddling your thumbs with, well, what am I going to post? Or I'm in my pajamas working. What am I supposed to post? I'm not wearing any makeup. How can I take a picture? I think it's great that you have it like that. It makes it a lot easier, and it takes a lot of stress off too.
Yeah, no, it definitely does. And it's also like made me realize like I'm not posting just because, right? Like I'm posting like, here's a lifestyle post, here's a little bit of a fitness post, here's a lifestyle.
Yeah, there's strategy behind it.
Yeah, and that's definitely been helpful. So I'm actually, my goal now is actually every Sunday to write my post out for the week. At least I get into it easier, because we all can't be Michal. And I'm like, oh, I can post a workout video now. I'm kidding.
Where it comes so natural.
Right?
Sorry, Michal.
I want to comment, Zara, on what you just said about not being able to take a picture because you're not wearing makeup. You have to be real on social media. You don't wear makeup all the time. You're allowed to be on social media without makeup. Come on.
Okay.
I barely wear makeup.
Just saying.
Brush my hair,
Sarah absolutely loves this book. And
it's like a hot mess most of the time.
And people relate to being a hot mess.
You're right. You're 100% right. I think I have, over the last, half a year, 6 months, maybe it's actually more than 6 months. So over that period of time, I think I've become a lot more comfortable with myself and my posts, but I have a long way to go. So I understand where Kira is coming from and what she's saying big time, but it just doesn't come natural to everybody like it does to Michal. I wish it did.
She will say it. For those of you guys that don't know me long enough, I kid you not, we were driving back from Nashville and it took me 45 minutes to write one single post. Like she started driving and I was like, all right, hold on, give me a second. I got to write this post out. And like 15 minutes later, she's like, all right. I go, no, I'm not done. I need silence. So it was a good 45 minutes of silence. She goes, are you done yet? I'm like, stop it. Like, freaking out. So it's definitely, I will agree. It's not easy for sure, but I feel like now I'm getting at least a little bit more, I don't want to say confident with it, but it's coming a little bit more naturally to me right now.
Cool. Practice makes perfect, right?
Heck yeah. And so what I was saying before as well is that this is Farrah's favorite book and she's going to review it next month.
I hate this book. I just want everyone to know. I have it sitting right in front of me and I read it on my cruise. I read GoPro, GirlBoss, The Slight Edge, and Jab, 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 whatever, Right Hook. That is the worst book I've ever read in my life. I would rather read medical journals than read that book.
It's very dry.
It's so dry. Honestly, it cost me $30 for that book because I bought it in the airport because I texted Michal and Kira that I finished all 3 of my books on the plane ride down to my cruise. And it was horrible. Like, the pictures are great. And if you want to spend $30 to look at 20 pictures of what a good Facebook post and what a good Twitter and Instagram looks like, awesome. But the text in that book, wow. If you have insomnia, best $30 of your life.
Love it.
Enjoy it, Kira.
Really fast. Sonia, is there anything you want to add? I know you're new and I'm so excited to see you on this call. I'm really happy you made it. So I understand if you didn't read the book, but anything you want to add, go for it.
It's just cool to listen to you guys. I haven't read any of these books. I'm trying to pick a book now that I'm listening to all of you guys to think of what book I should start with. Looking for recommendations, but I haven't read any of them, so I'm open to anything. And social media really freaks me out. I'm trying to get the hang of it, but I'm slight edge. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say slight edge or the compound effect.
The slight edge is the one I'm recommending for like all like new coaches. I think that's like the best like starting book.
Okay.
And Meredith is a fairly new coach, and I think she would agree with that. Meredith.
Yeah, and GoPro. I really liked GoPro too.
Slight Edge and the Compound Effect were the first. My very first call. I hadn't even got my package yet, and I was on a phone call with Tiffany, and we were kind of doing like a personal development call. And I was like, I don't know about all this. Self-help book. I've never read one before in my life. And then I woke up the next morning. I bought Slide Edge. I'm not a reader. I'm like the slowest reader. It takes me forever to read a book. So I do the audiobooks when I'm driving my kids to school. I pop in an audiobook, and it's
me too.
Life-changing. It's like I can get through them quicker. I can listen to them over and over again. And that's how.
They're not boring?
No, they're really interesting. Like, at least the Slide Edge was for me. I didn't really like Failing Forward as much, but the Slide Edge really pumped me up. Like, it really just motivated, because it connected, like, all the things that I do, just, the self-sabotaging, behaviors that I have, or, I'm working through them. I've only been a coach for 3 months now, so I'm still trying to work on me. And everything that this book had, I connected with them. Like, gosh, I do that, And so it was really, 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 really just connected. And I really enjoyed it. So I recommend that one.
Cool. Thank you. I'll check it out.
All right, Kaisha, do you have anything you want to add really fast?
Sure. I actually really like the book. I read halfway through. I'm a note taker, so it takes me a while to get through a book. I wrote notes here. I'm not very structured right now, but there were a lot of things that she said that really struck out to me. One is magical thinking is the alchemy that you can use to visualize and project yourself into professional and personal life. I'm talking about visualization that works when you actually get off your asses. So I liked how she referenced The Secret, because that was the last book that we read, and that didn't really speak to me too much, because I felt like it was talking about if you think it, it'll happen. And I know that you actually have to put action to those thoughts. So she encourages you to put actions to those thoughts, and she also, another one is, she referenced The Secret again, like attracts like, or the law of attraction. Like, that stands out to me because I tend to think very negatively. So I do kind of see how if you think negatively, it does impact what you do with your life and with yourself. So I'm working on just thinking positively. Like, I was talking to a girlfriend today, and I wanted to say how much I hate my job right now. I just want to leave my job. But instead of saying that, I was like, you know what? I'm looking to do more. I'm looking to see if I could expand on this career and grow in this profession instead of being negative. So I'm still going through the book, but I like it. She's very positive. She's very girl power. I'm all about girl power. And this was my favorite book out of most of the books we read so far.
Cool.
But I still have to read The Slide Edge, though. I have to read that, which I will.
Do it. One of my favorites. Do it.
Yeah.
Thanks. Anybody else have anything to add before we wrap up?
We just have one more, Bara. We have Aisha. She's initially dialed in, but I just saw her face
hi.
up. She is Alicia's personally sponsored coach.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Bara. You have anything that you want to add, even if you didn't read the book? Anything that with personal development on maybe another book that you read that you want to share with us? If you were just listening and you just want to listen, that's okay too.
Can you hear us, Aisha? Let me just message her. Bara, she looks a little frozen. Let's see here, Aisha.
She doesn't look frozen.
Can you hear us?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm. So while Kira's doing that, just a quick note. I'll make a post on the team page, and we could all start listing the books that we choose for next month. And then maybe if we find that we're all starting to choose the same book, maybe next month we'll pick like 5 books as a team. We'll vote for it, and everybody could pick, say, those 5, or we could do those 3, and we could try out different things to see what works better. But let's just say, everybody, for now, we'll pick a book for next month's book club call. And in the post, just make a note of what book you picked. Say by Monday. Is that cool for everybody? Right. Looking forward to the next call. Thank you so much, everybody, for jumping on.
Thank
Have
you.
a great
Mahal,
night.
are you on your iPad before everyone jumps off? Mahal, are you on your iPad?
No, but I can take a screenshot if I need to.
Yes, can you take a screenshot, please? It's one of my scheduled posts, all right?
Okay, hold on.
And I usually get everyone not smiling, and then I hear it the next day. So you tell us when.
Is everybody ready?
Say cheese.
Look at everyone fix their posture all of a sudden.
Cheese. Okay, I'm doing one more, just in case. Okay, 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, we're good.
Thank you.
Can you send that to me too?
Me too.
All right, I'll put in the key page.
Thanks, guys.
Michal and Kira, can you stay on? Could I ask you a question? Is that possible for 2 minutes?
Yes. All right, guys, everyone have a great night.
And Marissa, stay on if you can.
Yes. Next Tuesday will be business tips.